And the last questions was about
the rule of the region out of the Senate. So
okay.
actually, which will be the criteria to make this distinction, and later how will it work in practice?
Yes, I think you are Italian, so you know that in this period regions are not so popular in our country because maybe they in part have failed their opportunity to demonstrate their capability to resolve citizens' problems. And so I think it's a good occasion also for regions to have the opportunity to have a different role in the new Senate. But at the same time, they will reduce their powers outside the Senate, and at the same time I think also we will change the Conferenza Stato-Regioni. You know, it's not a constitutional reform because it's a normal law, an ordinary law that regulates the Conferenza Stato-Regioni, and maybe after the constitutional reform we will have to change also that laws. But I think we will have to think to a new system also for the relationship between regions. And we know there are also some proposals to reduce the number of regions. I don't think this is the right moment because we have abolished provinces. We have reduced the regional powers. We have changed the Senate and the legislative process. We can't imagine to do everything at the same time because it's impossible to have a right process of reforms at the same time. So I think maybe after a referendum, maybe the next Minister of Reform can approve a reform about the number of regions, but I think I have just a lot of problems, and so it's enough for me.
Thank you very much. So we can conclude. Please.
Yes. Maître di Francia, studied in Panthéon, French and Italian law. So I would like to remember that regions are the biggest source of local spending in Italy. And so the question is why the abolition of province or not, and not the abolition of region. An example, Sicilia, 13 milliard, Lazio, 11 milliard, Campania, 10 milliard, is an unsustainable system. So is a political choice, maybe?
Yes, of course. Everything is a political choice. Yes, you're right. But I think yes, there is a big difference between provinces and regions. You know, regions have legislative powers and provinces no. And so we have decided to change the administrative powers and the efficiency, abolishing a level of the state presence in territories with the provinces abolition. But I think we can't imagine a state without any levels between the central government and the municipalities. And I think regions can have a good role, and Europe recognized to regions a great role also. I think the problem is to punish the regions that are not able to take in balance their expenses and to have a good budget. And this is the reason why we have introduced in our constitutional reform, I said, the standard cost also for regions, and at the same time a sort of regional fallimento, the possibility to to change the leaders of the regions, the president of regions, if they are not able to administrate well their resources. But yes, we have made a choice, and we have chosen to abolish the provinces and not the regions. But if we decided to delete regions and to maintain provinces, maybe today you ask me, why do you? Yes, because if you know the province's budget, you know that also in provinces there are some debts and some difficulties and some no good administration. And so I think the change in system are not oriented just by the budget or the difference on the capability to spend money well, but also for a complex vision of the system of the state. And so this is our choice, but yes, maybe you don't agree.
There's another question. Please, your name?
Mi sa che è l'ultimo.
The last one? Is the last question, please.
It's about political participation. And I know that participation rate for regional election has been historically lower than national elections. So my question is, do you think that putting together these two electoral occasions will bring back people to vote? Because, for example, in Netherlands, we had a participation rate of like something around 6% of the whole electoral corpus. So,
Yes, I've never thought of it, but I think you are right. Maybe yes, if citizens know that they can choose not only the member of the regional councils, but also the member of the Senate, and so the member of an important room which have the responsibility to decide the constitutional reform or other law, the budget law or other important laws, maybe citizens will have more interest to participate to elections. And so I think yes, and I think it's a good.
Thank you. So I conclude say that the politicians look to the present, to the electoral cycle, not the leaders look to the next generation, to the long term. So sometimes to make the change, you have to sacrifice personal interest. So the rebirth, maybe the rebirth of Italy passed to this society. So we hope that the Italy rebirth can also, could be, for my opinion, to be also the restart or the rebuild of Europe. And I like to think that today we make the first step in that direction, thinking about all student, government, academia, ambassador, and all the actors that are protagonists in the change to make an action in the future. Thank you to everybody.